Here we are again with Chapter 2 of Myrtle's Ultimate Mystery. I'm going to be reading on my Kindle and maybe be able to have time to do something else too today. Explain maybe the bookcases behind me, my new setting here at this time. We'll see how it goes. Patchwork quilts and book covers. Now we're getting somewhere, I thought. Jean continued in an out-of-breath, short-lived rush. Hans searched the store, all 3 floors, but Ruth was gone. Well, he said he didn't look in the bargain basement because she never goes down there. She believes in paying full price for books. Jean seemed to have lost her train of thought. I repeated part of what she had said to help her get back on track. You said he searched all 3 floors. Yes, all he found were her remains. Her remains? I wondered if I'd heard that right. Well, no. I mean, yes. That's a poor word choice, I know. I'm bad with words. I penned in a few dots after the quote of Jean's comment, bad with words, hoping to find a way to connect more easily with this understandably distraught woman. Feeling my cheeks like a chipmunk, I blew out a huge breath, lifting the mouthpiece over my head so as not to into the phone. It was time to retire my turquoise-colored felt-tipped pen. So it wasn't Ruth's dead body he found, I clarified, rubbing my hand up and down my nose to wipe away confusion. I was scratching an itch, too. Yes, no, oh heck, it was her leftovers. As in food? I didn't think they allowed carried out in bookstores. No, not leftovers, damn it. Her possessions. It was her possessions he found. No timid musical tone to her voice there. Okay, I breathed deeply, calming myself with the self-induced patience sometimes owned by aging females, or aging males exasperated with youthful females imbalanced by surging hormones. Yes, I've been there. Those times are long past. Slowly and carefully I repeated Jean's words a few at a time. He found her possessions. Exactly what possessions of Ruth's did Hans find? I'd have asked exactly where they were, too, but thought it best to collect one category of information at a time. I figured she must have an overwhelmed Mercury and maybe an unaspected moon. I wondered how long it would take to get the birth data, dates, times, and locations needed to work on the case. Maybe I'd get some of it from this man Hans, whoever he was, besides a chauffeur, that is. Well, Hans said he found Ruth's eyeglasses, her cane, let's see, a mystery in a paper bag. You know, the bags the store uses when you buy a book. A book in a bag, yes. And a novel opened over the arm of one of those overstuffed easy chairs. Okay, I've got that. Where was the easy chair, was it? Yes, you know, the tattered cover arranges them generously, at least one in each alcove, for different book categories. Oh, yes, the tattered cover. Sure, I've been there. What am I thinking? Okay, which chair, which alcove was it? The one in the murder mystery section. Interesting, I thought. A direct, clear answer. That's on the 3rd floor to the left as you come off the stairway, isn't it? I confirmed. Yes, that's right, though I normally take the elevator. I took a sip of lemonade. The ice cube slid down the glass and hit my nose. A couple cubes slid past my cheek and on down over my shoulder to crack, bounce, and skid across the plastic mat under my chair. My nose isn't big, but not much gets past it, and it sure gets into things in a hurry. I leaned over to pick up the cubes and put them back into the glass. Cold, slippery little devils. Well, that would be my last sip until I got off the phone. Needless to say, the glass was now empty except for a few cubes left. What were the titles of the books left on the chair? Don't know. Hans didn't say. You'll have to ask him. He said he hadn't called before now because Ruth doesn't like her relatives much and doesn't keep in touch with them. He found my number beside her library phone and thought he should call someone. Ruth had told him not to call the police for a couple days if she disappeared. Did that uncharacteristic burst of coherent words and sentences come uncoaxed out of Miss Jean Bertha Merriweather? I was pleased that it appeared the lady was beginning to relax a bit. It took me a few seconds to assimilate the unexpected barrage of data. Isn't that strange? Jean blurted the question into my few-second assimilation delay. I sighed and nodded. Well, there's a lot of strangeness here. My thoughtful hesitation encouraged her further. She clarified her question without being goaded to do so. Why wouldn't she want Hans to phone the police? And why the couple days time period? I interjected, gazing out my filmy attic window without seeing my neighbor's rocks and wheelbarrow, or the rooftops beyond his, or the scrub oak, heaven trees, hawthorn and elm, nestling the houses, or the prairie footing the wet mountain range in the distance. Did see the huge wasp hovering between the window and my eyeballs. Kept my eye on it. On cool spring and autumn days, wasps like the warmth collected by the sun shining all day on my south-facing window. That's why the windows fill me. I spray it with a strong mixture of malathion and 7, from outside and in. Then the problem is, if you clean the glass, the wasps might be more attracted and determined to get in. The ultimate wasp disinvitation is to stuff insecticide-soaked Kleenex in the cracks between the window frame and the jamb. I used to have a nest up in the attic, 5 or more wasps at a time buzzing leisurely around my head and shoulders. Try getting comfortable to write in that setting. Pleasant sound of lazy buzzing aside, it's not an exotic situation, I'll tell you. But speaking of non-exotic pests and things, why, I wondered, questioned myself, would Ruth think to mention, not to call police, if she just happened to disappear? Was she psychic? Don't ask me what that has to do with non-exotic pests. Maybe the connection will come out later. Psychic input works in strange ways. It can lead pretty as far astray, too. But maybe exotic relates to highly toxic or something, since the words rhyme, and since I was reminded of poisons. I wonder if Jean had a window to gaze out while she talked on the phone from her house, if that was where she was. Okay, 8 minutes. Okay, Jean, I interrupted my daydreams. Let's get organized here. First I should explain my fees and how I work. Then we can plan a meeting after I get the data, the dates and times I need to draw up my charts and research the relevant planetary patterns. I paused to take a sip of lemonade, then I remembered before putting the glass to my mouth that it was empty except for a few nearly melted dirty ice cubes. Immediate thirst became an effective incentive to get cracking. Yes, what's your fee? Not that it matters, since Ruth gives me a large monthly allowance. I can afford whatever you charge. Now her voice was crisp and clear, with a mint-breathy hint of that classic nose-in-the-air condescension. You know the sound. No wonder Jean's so concerned about Ruth's absence from her checkbook, unless she has it with her. Would a scrupulous person have raised her rates at this point? Not me. I charge the same to everyone. It's simpler and fair, to my way of thinking, which is offbeat, I'll grant you. Okay, I think I probably should pause there. Here's the words on the Kindle, where we left off. And I see I don't really have time to explain my books in the background, but maybe on another one. I have a few more over here, another crazy, chaotic stack there. Anyway, this is one of the reasons I have a Kindle.